Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit's Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Venus, the planet of love, the planet that represents harmony, luxury, balance of life, the ruler of Taurus and Libra zodiac sign, is in the hands of Ketu. The close conjunction of Venus and Ketu in the sign of Scorpio is already creating lot of troubles to the very soft and sweet planet Venus. Now, why Venus is being troubled with Ketu is because Venus represents love, marriage, material affairs, worldly affairs, whereas Ketu represents moksha. Ketu represents something that is associated with liberation, sacrifice, and something that you have to go inward and not outward, but Venus has an outward expression. But when Venus goes into the sign of Sagittarius, this outward expression of Venus becomes more prominent. The heat of Sagittarius, the dharma of Sagittarius makes Venus shine even brighter in the sky, and we all know that Venus is the brightest star. The early morning star also shows that the Brahma Muhurta is the time when the Venus can be easily seen, and therefore when Venus goes into Sagittarius, the importance of Brahma Muhurta is also to be understood and incorporated in our daily life. So before even we start this video, a quick tip: if you can wake up before sunrise in the Brahma Muhurta, then the Venus transit will automatically give you positive results to a certain extent. Let's continue to understand this Venus transit in the sign of Sagittarius. What are the implications? But before that, do not forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. If you want to follow me on social media like Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, the links are in the description box below. If you want to take my consultation, you can drop me an email. The email ID is in the description box below. So let's continue with Venus transit in the sign of Sagittarius. Venus is the planet of love. Right now it is with Ketu, and on 4th of January 2021, Venus will move out of Scorpio and go into the sign of Sagittarius. It will continue till 28th of January, so approximately for the 24-25 days, Venus will show its presence, and the entire January, Venus will be in the sign of Dhanu, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the natural 9th house, and if you observe the position of Sagittarius from the zodiac signs of Venus, Sagittarius is 8th from Taurus. Therefore, it shows significant changes in the Taurus zodiac sign and the house which is observing Taurus in your horoscope. From the sign of Libra, Sagittarius is 3rd. That means Libra needs special attention. The courage of Libra is going to increase and Libra will come into action. With the presence of Venus in a Jupiterian zodiac, the position of Jupiter also becomes very important. Jupiter is debilitated along with Shani, Saturn in the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is the 2nd from Venus. Now both the 2nd house and 12th house from Venus are very crucial and important for the planet. Why? Because if you see Venus, it rules the 2nd house, Taurus. So Venus is luxury. To have luxury means you will have resources. So when Venus is posited in a particular house, 2nd from Venus becomes very important. If 2nd from Venus is damaged, then Venus cannot actually enjoy the luxury that it wants. 12th from Venus shows the utmost happiness of Venus, because Venus gets exalted in the sign of Pisces, which is the natural 12th house. When I see Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, I see the dispositor of Venus 2nd from itself, so definitely it's a struggle to gain resources. But the 12th has Ketu. What does it mean? It means that when Venus is in Sagittarius, the struggle is to quit the happiness and work towards your goals and work towards your what can make you happy. But that may not bring the necessary happiness in life. The second house from Venus will have the practicality of Shani, the knowledge of Jupiter, and this also means that you have to learn something. You should learn something creative. This transit is going to be very good for singers and artists and anyone who is associated with media and marketing. But 12th from Venus sees Ketu, and Venus is just out of that sign, which also indicates that it needs sacrifice. So your target, your aim and your ambition towards your goal will call a certain amount of sacrifice, and you won't have lot of arms to flex, lot of space to show the power. It's like you want luxury, but you are living in a city which only has one shopping mall. You go to that shopping mall, your spending power and the amount of object that you can buy is restricted to the facilities that is available. That is how the position of Venus is in this particular house, in this particular Rashi. Venus is also under Pap Kartari. On one side it is Ketu, and on the other sides it is Saturn. On top of that, Venus will also observe the presence of Sun in this same house because Sun is already in Sagittarius. Sun will make its move out of Sagittarius on 14th of January, and it will move into the sign of Capricorn. So from 4th to 14th, the first 10 days, you can consider it as the first half of Venus transit. Sun will influence, and Sun is the king, ruler of the 5th house. Sun is more powerful in the sign of Sagittarius. This can also bring some issues where there are already ego clashes in relationships. There are ego clashes, and that can actually overpower Venus. This also means that within you, the feminine energy will, the male energy, the ego will try to suppress the feminine side. Everyone has a feminine side, and that when feminine side gets suppressed, that feminine side would want to come out. It should not come out as a violent outburst. Rather, it should come out as a creative expression. Venus will watch the sign of Gemini with the 7th aspect, and Gemini is the zodiac sign of communication. Now, also the 3rd and the 9th are also known as traveling related houses. So, traveling has to be done, but under obviously the obvious confinement under rules and regulations, and a certain amount of travel, if taken very carefully, will make you very happy. In this time frame, you have to avoid conflicts with your supervisor, bosses, because Sun will overpower Venus. Although Sun is going out of the zodiac sign where Venus is coming in the zodiac sign, but still Sun is too powerful for Venus, and but you also have to understand that Venus always comes after sunset or before sunrise. That means they have this close association. That is why when you want to wake up, when you can wake up in the Brahma Muhurta, it's going to be very auspicious, and if you can chant Venus Bij mantra either in the evening time after sunset or before sunrise. The Bij mantra of Venus is Om Dram Dream Drom Sah Shukraya Namah. If you can chant this Bij mantra 108 times per day, it will be great in this time frame. In this phase of Venus, ego can create issues, ego can kill love, ego can destroy partnerships because of the contrasting nature of the Rashi and the planet. It's Guru, Jupiter and Venus, both are teacher. It's like the maths teacher is asking the arts teacher that I am going away, can you take the class for me? So the student becomes confused because the mentality of student is to be prepared for the maths class. But now suddenly there is a music teacher, the arts teacher coming and started teaching the arts. It takes time to adjust to the scenario. At that time, because it's confusing, don't take any call, don't take any decision. Overspending can be one of the reason you would want to vent out your frustration. You will feel happy. Just relax, because any kind of overspending can prove negative. Now, because Venus is under Pap Kartari between Saturn and Ketu, Venus may feel slightly less privileged. Venus may feel that the resources are not available and he is not able to exercise his power. At this time, you have to maintain patience. Once Venus comes out of the sign of Scorpio, it will also cross the Gandanta between Scorpio and Sagittarius, and therefore, when the Gandanta is being crossed, the karmic connection also comes out, and Venus can bring out old relations, old problems, especially in the matters of relationship, love, romance. Old problems can come and resurface again and can hurt your sentiments, and also you have to confront something that you were avoiding. Sun is soul, so soul has to confront, and when Sun is already moving towards the sign of Capricorn and joining the Saturn and the Jupiter, so your experience in the matters of love and emotions and relationship can be slightly bitter. You have to be very careful. Just maintain the positivity and maintain the optimism. You have to drive this optimism from within and it will work perfectly. And because of this energy of Venus desperately trying to seek the resources, desperately trying to address and not willing to sacrifice, is where the greed may come in, is where the jealousy may come in. And that is something that you have to avoid by self-awareness. Comparing your finances, comparing your objects with somebody else can make you buy the objects which are unnecessary for you. Look at if you desire, buy. But when you are buying because somebody has it and you also want to have it, it is going to be financially fatal. Otherwise, it's a good time to invest because Venus is 8th from Taurus. So the global bank balance rules are changing and major economical changes are expected in this time frame, and that also means you will make economic changes in your life. Apart from that, it is good for businessman because Libra is gaining the strength from Sagittarius. Although it's a house of not the friend Jupiter, but because Saturn is aspecting the sign of Libra, Mars is also aspecting the sign of Libra, and Venus goes into Sagittarius. It's good for business. It's good for tourism related business, travel related business, slow growth but steady growth, much necessary fundamental changes that will give you an opportunity. Yes, the room for expansion will not be that much. So if you get an opportunity, try not to miss that. Another aspect of Venus, which is the prime aspect, is creativity. That creativity in Sagittarius, the fire of Sagittarius is going to heat up that creativity and you will shine bright. Be creative, create something, write a book, write a poem. No need to prove to anybody, just make that creativity come out of you. Let the feminine side become slightly more dominant, and that will give you the much necessary relief from tension, anxiety, depression, or any kind of problems that you're facing right now. You can also chant Durga Shaptashati or Ma Durga Mantra, and also you can chant Vishnu Sahasranam for relief from any kind of problems and any kind of tensions. But you have to be practical. The dispositor of Venus is with Shani. Practicality is the key here. If you try to be completely emotional, it can create trouble, because Cancer is the zodiac sign which is also aspected by both Mars and Saturn, and Cancer defines emotions. And the sign of Sagittarius is 6th from Cancer. That means emotions are slightly dangerous here. So being over emotional, being over sentimental is not something that you would want in the month of January. Become practical, become theoretical, and try to go by the book, and you will see the best side of Venus for you. The main nakshatra when Venus becomes very powerful in the Sagittarius sign is Purvashada nakshatra. Purvashada nakshatra is a water nakshatra. It's a nakshatra ruled by Apa, the Devi Apa, the water goddess, and the element water itself. Venus finds the most comfort there. It's also the nakshatra controlled by Venusian forces, and it shows beginning of a journey, beginning of an adventure. So when Venus goes into Purvashada nakshatra, Venus suddenly gains complete power. It's a harmony between the dharma and the material life. So it's a perfect fusion of the Gyan and the Karma. So this is the time when you are going to target what makes you happy, how can you make more money. You can make plans to be rich, you can make plans to gain luxury in your life in a decent way. Don't overpower yourself. This should not sit on your head, and you should not crave for it, but try for it. The karma should be there, but it should not give you sleepless nights. But when the entire period, when the Venus is in Purvashada nakshatra, it's going to be a very positive duration for you. It's good for banking, it's good for finance, it's good for media, it's good for any kind of interior designing, beautiful construction, manufacturing of shoes, for textile industry. So you will see a great boost, a great growth in all these business. With this, I end this video, and I hope that the Venus transit in Sagittarius gives you the necessary fire and the passion, that you meet your love, you meet the luxury, you become rich, you become happy, you become comfortable, and in all this comfort, you remember God. This is your host Puneet. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, namaste.